How about your experience in Japan? Yeah, it is pretty good. Very good. It's usually for yes.
さん、アドレスが違った。ちょっと待って。今送った方を確認してください。
なんか同期の中川さんに AWS タムの方紹介できますかね。ちょうど昨日やり取りしてたので、僕が辞めるってことで、それで使いました。
Alright, time has come. Everybody coming to join the event. This is the last event last year. And this is that's not because it's week. And we have lightning talk. I don't know how many, and everything on YouTube. So be careful what you're sharing. You may not want to share. You don't want to do it anymore. Okay. And we have a special guest from Nagoya today, so I would like him to start so that we running out time. Cool. So what I can do.
Oh, my name is
Nothing.
Right, could you mute? Is mine? If I mute myself, I may not be able to hear. Cool.
Hello. Oh. Hello. 聞こえない。あ、こんにちは。何も聞こえないです。
We can hear you.
I can hear.
Okay, go ahead.
Now?
Yes.
Okay. Hello. ミスった。こっちはタイトル消し忘れた。Hello. I will presentation about hackathon result. My name is I'm a student of Daido University and 2 grades, and my interested in Xamarin and Microsoft Azure, and I received Microsoft MVP for Visual Studio and DevTech. 見えてますかね?
Yes.
Yes. And
he is the youngest MVP ever.
And I'm a Microsoft student partners in Nagoya area, and I want to find springtime internship. And I will talk about my history of Hakuchu. Hakuchu is a hackathon. Hakuchu is organized from Tokyo TV's hackathon. 100 people join, and Tokyo TV is Nagoya's TV channel. And that hackathon is hack and marathon. ハクチュ協賛企業 is 日本マイクロソフト。ハクチュ is a 3 days hackathon. And I develop thing is a Papa no Bible. Papa no Bible is a detail I will talk. And this is a presentation on that hackathons. I want to go my family in weekends. Do you want to? My family watching TV, and but father don't know what's watching, and so father can't doing in weekends. And if father planning about a weekend plan, go to anything and cooking anything but because father don't know family で、ここでミスった。And talk about how to use first embedded in the system on TV, and that receive the 赤外線。That system receive the on-off information of TV, and watching families TV program on the websites, and so father know family watch TV and what's system detail. And system detail is here received table remote information Arduino and send to Kinton through mesh. So and family watching family TV information receiver apply and ここは飛ばして。Technical talk, technical points. I was using Kinton. Kinton is a database and made form using a GUI and GUI, and I use insert program information. And I was using cognitive service and Azure. I use logic apps and Azure functions and Bing Search API and Luis. Luis is a GA. Luis was GA near day. First, logic apps is a non-coding service. This service is a free version Microsoft Flow, and this service important point is a GUI setting. For example, this screenshot is setting up Twitter, and I don't know this hackathon time. Microsoft Flow can connect the cognitive services. And, Azure Functions. Azure Function is a famous serverless architecture, and I was using web scraping. Here. And I was using cognitive services. Cognitive services is a machine learning API. And I use Bing Image Search API. Bing Image Search API is a search image, and I was using search image of a TV program keyword relationship image. And I was using Luis. Luis is a natural language processing. And so. But Luis is hard for me. So I was using regular expression. And I think this is, I love this Azure Web Apps. And I was use Web Apps hosting websites. Thank you for listening. And have you question?
Do you guys have any questions? No? All right, so for the people who do not understand Japanese, I just let you know the detail of the application. This is kind of really cool. So while you are away for the work, your family may watch the TV, right? And this guy could implementing the Arduino IoT solution to checking which channel your family actually watching and getting the data through Microsoft Cool services. And so that's the dad, which means you guys can understand which kind of TV your wife or kids watching so that you can plan something interesting for their weekend. Sounds very interesting. Some says yes, some says no. The people say no may have some kind of issue with their families, right? Anyway, thank you, Ku, for your time, and this is very interesting. And we have one question, Alex.
Thank you.
Wait.
Of course. How do you hook into the back of the TV? It wasn't the back of the TV. I didn't on that picture.
You mean how to test the channel?
Yeah.
They're using the infrared light.
Using
Infrared light? Infrared light? Infrared light? What? Infrared light? Yeah.
from the remote.
So yeah, from remote. So the light going to the TV as well as going to the outdoor.
Oh, entirely remote.
Yeah, that's my understanding.
Oh.
Other question, big applause again. And could please stay as much as you can. Thank you. All right, who goes next? Anybody can go next. Mitch? And I need to find a way to passing this to Mitch. Are you using HTML, right? Yeah. Yeah. And please join to Hangout. Yes. And please share your screen to the entire room. Share. Okay. Okay. Hold on a sec. The YouTube do not have your picture yet. And why is that? Is that my microphone?
There you go. Sorry about that. So you guys can hear me? Hey. So you guys can hear me? Okay. Well, okay, I'm going to quickly show you guys how to connect to any REST API, NoSQL DB, or non-relational data source with .NET. More specifically, Entity Framework, and even more specifically, LinkPad. I should have done Kintane because we have integrations with Kintane, but I'm actually going to do MongoDB. But before I launch into Link, just to give you guys an overview, quick overview, we write standards-based drivers that will allow you to connect to virtually any data source, just like you would connect to SQL Server. Just to zoom out a little bit before we go into Link and compiling Link drivers. We also have other .NET integrations. We have products for Xamarin. We also have data commandlets that will let you write native PowerShell and native Xamarin apps. To let you know a little bit more like stack, so you guys, our drivers will look just like SQL Server, but under the hood, the architecture is slightly different. Basically, yeah, we are translating the API to ADO.NET. And I won't dive too deep into it. You guys can find more information like this on the website. But it's worth mentioning that one of the special things about our drivers is that there is no ETL. It's direct real-time access to APIs through SQL. We have these data sources. We have, if you can't find your data source in this list, please check online. Okay, I'm going to jump right into code. Have you guys used LinkPad? Do you guys use LinkPad? Useful tool for on the fly querying, and we're gonna be querying MongoDB on the fly. So this first part is just creating a standard ADO.NET Entity Framework data model. And LinkPad has we're going to connect that assembly to LinkPad. If you guys are familiar with LinkPad native drivers, there's a LinkPad template LPX. Yeah, I didn't have time to set up an LPX. So we're going to connect Link to Entity Framework and then as a way of link to MongoDB. So, computer is slow. Okay, so first things first, set up Entity Framework 6. Next, we'll install the CData driver from NuGet. Yeah, all of our stuff is integrated with NuGet, Visual Studio Gallery, but you can also find it on cdata.com. Next, we register the driver with any framework. Just copy this from the help documentation. Important to build the project after we've got everything set up to copy the assemblies to our local project. And now we are ready to create the EF data model. I already had a connection, no firewalls, authentication needed for this. So. Okay, so the wizard is performing schema discovery, querying our driver. For metadata, we'll pull back some restaurants data. So rebuild, and we should have our data model. So now we're ready to fire up LinkPad. And so we are actually going to use our context from the assembly we just compiled. I'm going to use DB context for F6. And so we'll find the assembly. It found our data model. Now we're going to add the app.config, all our credentials. And so now you can execute any link query. So it's you can in our help documentation we have MongoDB is a NoSQL database, so we exposing MongoDB through a SQL interface has its challenges, like any other database or non-relational database. But right off the bat, you'll be able to execute standard SQL, standard link. You can really execute any SQL query independent of the data source, independent of the API. We will offload processing to the APIs, anything that the API supports, and we'll process anything not supported in memory. So I don't think that even took 5 minutes. Do you guys have any questions? Yeah, thanks.
So, to be a little more succinct about. I've got it now. What you've actually provided middleware integrated provider.
Yes. Oh, don't know about the where the echo is coming from. Yeah. Tell me.
Yeah, time for a break until quiet. I'm on switch mode to quiet.
Here, quiet. Oh. So yeah. It is. It is kind of like adding, piping more data sources into LinkPad and Link. It's kind of more broader than that, though. Like, I mean, anywhere any framework is supported, it's exactly like you would use system.data.sqlite for. Does that like zoom in?
Yeah, that's not really my realm, so system data is unfamiliar to me. Kind of getting the picture.
Yeah, it's should broaden your data access capabilities, basically. And Link is one of the best ways to do that in .NET. But we also have PowerShell commandlets that will do the same thing. PowerShell would have been cool. Maybe next time.
All right, thank you. Question?
What happens when the API changes? How do you manage like API changes? Do you upgrade the C data driver or something?
Actually, we have a pluggable interface for that. See, I can. Yes, you're completely right. You don't have to buy a new driver. Our schemas are actually in easy to edit files. So if you need to change your tables, let's see, I can get you a visual. Be great office. If fields in the API change, it's really easy to change the mapping to the column. So I don't have a good example of a script file for you at the moment. Yeah. That, I mean, I can show you the, yeah, if we have a second, but yeah.
The upgrades makes sense that it's plugged in later or something like that.
Yeah, with only a second to answer your question, our schemas are like pluggable, they're file-based, and you can just drop in updated schemas.
Any other question?
How about the performance? Do you have any benchmark marking information when it compares to the native, for example, audio.net or JDBC?
Yeah, thanks. That was one of the reasons why I wanted to do MongoDB. It's one of our most popular drivers, and it's also kind of a highly competitive area. There are lots of competitors for MongoDB. MongoDB even has their own .NET driver. Yeah, let me point you to our benchmarks. Let's point you to ramen and yeah, we can be like about as much as 200% faster with the drivers.
Yeah, sorry, just to disagree, but we have way more speakers waiting. So if you have any more questions, please put your question to the meetup.com so that Mitch can answer. But anyways, thank you for your presentation. All right, who's next? Go ahead. Linkpad is a very interesting tool. It's actually sort of an studio. You can live. Yes. Nice. Is it fine? All right, yeah. If you're interested in lighting the Linkpad driver native, just native so that I can no worries. No worries. All right, go ahead.
All right.
So yours now.
Cool. All right. So what am I doing? Anyway, so I was going to do a presentation because I was fascinated by the fact that Microsoft just released what they call the quantum computing kit. But then when I actually looked at it, it was really hard, so I gave up. Like just understanding the concepts of quantum computing is hard, so I gave up. Even if I did like learn them, I'd have to explain them here in 5 minutes, so it wasn't going to be a good fit. So instead, I took my second plan, which was to show how far .NET has come in the past 2 years, or 2 or 3 years, I think, yeah. 2 or 3 years, yeah. So before, it's just running on Windows, .NET is Windows. Now what? I mean, now pretty much everything. I mean, it's going to be like Java level soon. Running on, and so today, I'm going to show how it's easy to run .NET Core on a Raspberry Pi device. And before I get started, I want to let you know that at the end, there's going to be a game that all of you can play, including Yuku in Nagoya. You can play too. So you need to have some software on your machine that's capable.
And you may want to share your screen.
This is my screen, isn't it?
Or on the left-hand side, mouse over the Google Hangout and click the green button.
It says
on the left. There, the second one. Yep.
Oh, it says you are presenting to everyone. Oh, okay. Oops, sorry about that.
No worries.
More of this. So
Yeah,
let's okay, get rid of that and get rid of that. So anyway, what was I talking about? So showing how to deploy .NET onto a Raspberry Pi device is just as easy as deploying it onto any other device now. So I have, well, that's right, I was telling you about the game. So the game, right, that's what you all want to hear about. So you need a program on your computer that can make HTTP requests. You can use curl if you want to, or I prefer Postman. But at the end, you're going to send to this address, nethackathon.japaneast.cloudapp.azure.com. I'm sorry about that. There's nothing I can do about it. Port 4984/DB. And at that address, you'll find my company's product running. Oh. Touch-based sync gateway. And also on the same machine, Couchbase server, where all the data is going to be stored. Incidentally, the Couchbase was also on the list of the CData drivers that was on the last presentation. So I was pleased because last time the CData presentation didn't have it and only had Mongo, so I was sad. But enough about that. So at the end, I'll have you guys all post this JSON to that address that I showed you. And I'm going to try to have you all guess a number between 1 and 100 and see who can get the correct answer first. But before that, the main topic is that I created this program here. And this is just a program that will guess a random number between, right now it's between 101 and 200 because I don't want it to guess the correct answer too quickly. I'll change that when we actually do it. But it just guesses a number between 101 and 200 every 5 seconds. Very nice. So I'll just build it from the command line. Oh wait, I want to do it. Do it this way, one at a time. I built the CS project because I have a solution file in here with 2 projects and I don't feel like building both of them right now. Oh, hello, Pi. So now we'll just wait 5 seconds or so for it to.
Could you just zoom in?
Right. Sorry. So you can see it guessed 188. And now I guessed 131, right? So nothing really special there. I'll just end that. Got a slash there. And now you'll see here in the changes feed of the sync gateway, I have author Pi and guessed 188 and guessed 131. Well, nothing really surprising there, but now I want the actual Raspberry Pi to do it. So I'm going to keep it between, well, actually, I'm going to change it now to between 1 and 100. And this time, instead of .NET build, I'm going to run .NET publish. And you'll see here, I'm choosing the release configuration, and I'm choosing the Linux ARM runtime. When you choose a runtime with the .NET command line, this means that it's going to be completely self-contained. You don't even have to install the .NET runtime on the target device. It's going to be completely, all of what it's needed is included in the output folder, including the runtime itself. So it makes things really easy to deploy without installing tons of dependencies on the system. There are still some that the .NET runtime itself requires, such as libunwind or getText, stuff like that. Pretty standard Linux stuff. But let's run that. And let's see what we have here. Whole bunch of stuff. You can see pretty much the entire .NET standard library here is included, but among other things that don't start with system are mine, and then there's lib, that I don't know why that's there, but that's our library for Mac. But then the actual runtime here, and a whole bunch of other native Linux stuff to run it there. So now. And you get that this is I have the IP address here of I have a Raspberry Pi sitting right here on the desk or whatever you call it up here, but you need to plug in its address. And you can see I use rsync, so it doesn't take forever. It just copies over the things that changed. And oh, why did I do that? I need this address. Now you can see I've logged in. I'm actually running on the Raspberry Pi through SSH. And I've put the stuff that I need to run in here. You can see the same stuff as before, just all sitting in there. You know, the runtime and all that. And all I have to do is run this executable, and it will use this runtime around it to run it without needing the runtime installed on it. So I have another application here. And this one uses actually the product that I work on myself called Couchbase Lite. And it's going to start what we call a replication with the Sync Gateway server, which means that it's going to pull down the data to this local database as it comes in. And you can see a bunch of output here. See that it's connected the replication here to a Net Hackathon address, and it's received. I did this, you know, trying it out a bunch of times before I came here, so there's a bunch of existing document IDs in here. But now the replication is idle, just sitting there waiting for more data. And so I invite you all to start posting your guesses to the endpoint. I'll put that up here again. And I'm going to start the Pi, and it's going to start guessing random numbers every 5 seconds, and we're going to see who gets there first, or until I run out of time. So all I did here was run hello Pi. And you know, it's a Pi, so it's pretty slow. It's going to take a while to start up. But once it gets going, it's reasonably the same. See, it guessed 28. And you can see over here, it got some more data. This data's coming in. Pi is guessing every 5 seconds. So here's the URL in case you forgot. And the console will output the winner. Don't forget to put your name in here, or it doesn't count under the owner key. And a hint, it's a very geeky number.
Geeky number between 1 to 100?
Yeah. Why don't you try it and find out?
I already have my phone, so I can't post.
Oh. Can you do a put?
I can do the case.
Come on. Here it is. nethackathon.japanese.cloudapp.azure.com. Best URL ever. Whoop, I see some more activity coming through. Come on, guys. Let's see. Let's see what you're guessing. Who's guessing here? Taiki guessed 32. There's only one person that guessed besides my Raspberry Pi.
So Taiki wins.
Post request. Please post request. Yeah, keep going until someone wins, or until Ken kicks me off this stage. It's gonna say in here. I don't think it did yet. Nope.
All right, so why don't you put the address to the meetup.com page to see who will win at the end of the event?
All right.
All right, so Jimmy will be posting the address to the meetup.com comment. and JSON format as well, right? So that you guys can post the message by 10 p.m. so that he can announce the winner. And winner get what? We can't say it yet.
They get a shout out on the the page. Yeah. All right. So
anyway, it's fun to running the .NET Core in the Linux so that we do not have to install Windows 10 IoT Core anymore.
Yeah,
I don't say that.
Windows 10 IoT Core is also possible, actually.
Yeah.
If you run our statement on Win10-ARM instead of Linux ARM, then you've got a Win10 ARM compilation, and you can deploy it to your Win IoT Core based device, which I think there are about 0 in the world except for maybe a few ATMs.
Yeah.
Maybe you can win something at the ATM, but the point is, I mean, look how easy it is. I mean, I wrote that in less than a day, and it runs in 2 different places flawlessly. So, wonderful.
Thank you.
How do I stop?
Yeah. All right, now I would like to invite Yamamoto-san with the MVP from the Sendai, I guess, right? Yep. It's interesting. We have Sendai people today.
Elevator hall の正面です。
Oh, did I stop? Good.
Yeah, you did.
Okay, I'm gonna unplug the.
But you do not want to unplug Pi.
No.
We need that.
You know, Pi's gonna win within.
画面渡します。で、左の図から、はい。
And here's another MVP. I live in Sendai, and I asked him to be a presenter. And luckily, we have him on site. Welcome to Tokyo.
Thank you. Hello, everyone. I'm from Sendai. So, where my first time English presentation, so very nervous right now. So serverless on Azure, self-introduction. My name is Masaki Yamamoto. Actually, Microsoft MVP for Microsoft Azure. And you can Google me. So Sekai no Yamasa, it's in Japanese. You can top up Google. You can show me top up Google. Something Google? No. So what is today's? Let me show you. So the periodic delete for Azure Blob Storage by Azure logic apps. So Mr. Ku had introduced logic apps. So cooldown every night, Linux VM backup to Azure browser storage, and trigger every night, logic apps trigger every night, delete browser storage, and 13 days ago. Why use it? So, hi guys, guys, about clean up your room at the end of the year, right? So Japanese say so also so it is hard work every year last day, but if you do the cleaning every day and you do not have to clean it extensively last year. Okay, next. And my solution is very simple and easy. And you can use this solution tomorrow or now. And Logic Apps is cleaning Azure blob storage every day. And do you know? Do you know anything? Yeah, it's a gyudon. So my solution is like gyudon, sales points, and fast, cheaper. And how to say code 0.00028 dollars per action. Very cheaper and fast. You can deploy Logic Apps quickly. And delicious. SLA is attached, so you can run with confidence. How to use and overview. Backup to Azure blob storage and create Logic Apps. And third, that's run Logic Apps. First, backup Azure blob storage. Nothing to say. It is no important part as like and Linux VM or Windows VM. You can use it. And create Logic Apps. That's right. It's a memo. So I want to go to a demo. I will show you go to demo. Sure. Yeah. So Logic Apps create is very easy. So new and Logic, Logic App. So create. You can like you can use name .NET GitHub. Use resource group. Workage. And then create. It's very quick create. So about 10 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's okay, cool. So Logic Apps Designer use template and category, schedule, and date order you browse. It's a template. Use this template and you can choose Azure Blob Storage connector. It's already created and add new connected connection name and the storage account will show that it's okay. Cancel and continue. You choose and some settings. So recursions interval 1 day or 1 month or 1 week, you can choose it. And this set extent variable configures the negative number. So minus 13 is you delete files minus 13 days ago. You can edit that point. List blobs, your storage blobs container and backup test choice. Yes. For each part is already write a template. You don't edit template. Let's save. And one trigger is a trigger delete files. This tree. Triggered, and you can see logs and this run history. So refresh. Yes. It is run log and run details for each part. Condition inputs and the group. Condition is express result first, so don't delete it that file. And list verbs, backup test had file, backup file, only one file. So for each part is only one run. Okay. So logic apps is very fast. Conclusion, you don't need coding. Logic apps is very easy, super easy service. And you can start tomorrow or now. So sorry about it is the creation of .NET. Thank you. Okay, thank you.
And you know what? If you want, you can use the timer trigger with the post request to keep posting the guessing number to James the Raspberry Pi by using the logic app if you want. How frequent we can run the logic app? Every minute or every hour? Timer.
Timer is okay. Let's show you.
Yeah, I totally agree. Deleting the backup file is very tedious, and we do not want to do that manually.
Let's see. Logic path settings is app designers. Recurrence is months to seconds, but minimum second about 5 seconds or 10 seconds. So example, say.
All right, so we can run the logic app every 10 seconds?
Yes, 10 seconds. But don't 1 second is 1 second.
We can run every second.
But very expensive.
Yeah. Thank you for paying money to Microsoft.
Oh, so good.
All right, do you guys have any question? All right, thank you again.
Thank you.
And I would like to invite another MVP. Thank you.
Somebody gets 1,000.
Finally.
by the way, the first person to guess would guess the correct answer.
All right, and here another MVP for the dynamics. Somebody.
It's okay. So first, I'm going to show you how I send the data from Azure Functions to Event Hubs. And here is the screen. Let me just quickly go over. And here is the TUI. Sorry, there's all the other stuff as well. But this is the Azure Functions. And here I've opened up my function. And you can actually prepare different sets of functions if you want. Okay, so what I did was get this function called flight data. This is the one I built. So if I quickly click on this, you'll immediately see a C# coding. So this is the only part that's going to be .NET. I apologize. So all I did was directly write this on here. And then what I'm doing is basically using this API called Open Sky Network. It's prepared for you for free. They let you access all the airplane data around the world in real time. So this is the set of data you got. You can quickly Google it if you want. But what I did was get sets of airplane data from here, and then just put it into a class. And then all I did was just send it over to Event Hubs. And you can quickly do this here. The trigger here is time-based, so every 30 seconds it will collect the API data, and after that it will send over to the Azure Event Hubs here. And this is all done, well, apart from the main coding, this part is done from the GUI, so you can just do it all here from the screen. And it's sent to this Event Hub here, TUI Event Hubs. So the next part is to actually show you the next part, which is the Azure Event Hubs. What Event Hubs does is it quickly receives the sets of data, and you can pretty much receive millions of data per second without scaling or anything like that. You don't need to consider anything like that. All you have to do is just send a whole bunch of data to do all the load balancing and stuff for you. So you don't need to prepare any servers and stuff either. So this is the part I'm going to show you next. And here is the Event Hubs. Where are you? Event. Okay. So this is my Event Hub. It's very dull service. What I just had to do is name it and prepare some keys to access. I'm not going to show you the keys, but yeah. So you just need to set up the keys, and it will just receive all the data for you. That's all you have to do. The next part is a slightly more interesting part, and that's going to be the Stream Analytics. What Stream Analytics does is once you receive the data from Event Hubs, it will automatically stream process in real time and do SQL-like queries, and then send it to relevant parts of the storage device. So for example, you can send it over to Azure Blob Storage, you can send it over to SQL servers, you can also send it to a thing called the Azure Data Lake Store, which I'm going to show you later on. So this you can also do on the through the portal as well. And yeah, okay. So the next part is the Stream Analytics. I'm going to go here to the Stream Analytics, and this, again, very simple. You have an input and the output. The input is going to be the Event Hub, and the output is going to be data, which is a data lake. And how to convert from the input to the output is to use the query function. The query function is like an SQL-lite. So all I'm doing is writing just a simple SQL query, and then it automatically sends the data from one place to the other. And you can do all sorts of things. It's very powerful. This is very simple query, but you actually can accumulate data as well. You can make it average. You can maximize it. You can minimize it. You can do pretty much most of the standard SQL-like stuff on here in real time. So this is what I use to real-time stream it. And then next is to send it over to the Data Lake Store. Now, Data Lake Store is an Hadoop service-based service. How many of you guys touched Hadoop? Ooh, just one hand. So basically, it's much better than just using a normal Azure storage blob. unlike the storage blob, which has a limit to your capacity to store your data, with data lake, you can store petabytes of data, but of course you get petabytes of money that you have to pay for. But apart from that, you can store lots and lots of data, unlimited, on this service, because how it's structured is that it's using HDFS, which is the Hadoop-based file system. You can pretty much store as many sets of data as you want. So here, I'm sending real-time sets of data for the past 3 days. So it keeps on increasing. You can actually directly access your set of data through the Data Explorer. So you don't have to actually do any queries or anything like that. You can just go and access your data that you've stored on your storage. So here we go on the 17th. Yep, 17th, here's the CSV data that I've stored. Here's the flight data, is Japan Airlines flight number 1 through that location. So you can directly query, well, not query, but you can actually view a set of data from here directly. Now, I'm not going to do a big demo on the next part, but what you can do from this data is that you can use a thing called the data lakes analytics. Now, this is also basically a Hadoop background-based analytics service, and you can basically process huge sets of data simultaneously. So you can have like petabytes of data again queried and restructured into whatever sets of data you want, into maybe like an SQL server and things like that, or SQL database, data warehouse and things. I'm not going to show you a demo on that, but this is the combination you can use to use for big data queries. Now, the next part is the more interesting part. When I showed you the stream analytics, I actually had 2 outputs. One was the data, and one was the thing called the PBI. Now, I've already given you it away, but there's another output called Power BI. How many of you used Power BI before? A little bit more than data lake. That's good to know. Okay, so Power BI is basically like Tableau. Everyone used Tableau before, right? Right. So it's a BI service. We can make graphical visualizations and things. Now, what I did was to send data to Power BI, and instead, and now if I hope this works, there's too many data points, but if I click on here, it should work. So here is the real-time sets of data of all the airplanes around the world that's manufactured from Japan, like this. And if you don't have enough memory on your computer, it will die. I suggest you have 8 GB of RAM on your computer, because just opening this on your browser takes up at least about 400 megabytes, with lots of data points, even more. So let's choose an airplane here. Who prefers ANA? Who prefers JAL? Okay, let's go with JAL. So, okay, sorry, I can't even choose JAL. Okay, so if I click on ANA, then it will automatically load the waypoints. Okay, this is a small airplane. Let me just choose something bigger. Okay, so this ANA 175 is going on Los Angeles. I'm just going to quickly zoom in like this. And the bigger the size, the higher the altitude. So this is the things that you can do just by shoving into Power BI. And then when you click play, I hope it works. Hey, there you go. It actually moves your location. Okay, disappeared. I hope it hasn't crashed. Okay, things didn't go too well, but you can see what you can do with the capabilities here. So, and this is what I've done in a matter of 60 minutes, all done in Azure and all done on the cloud. And that's it for me. Thank you very much for hearing.
Any questions?
Yeah.
So you have this entire stack in Azure. So for example,
that's right.
Your output, for example, I have a TV tool on Bluemix. How easy can I, bring export
I
the
see.
data sets here to another platform?
It depends on what type of platform you're going to send it to, but the majority of the things you can do is using the data factory. Data factory allows you to connect with various types of data storages and things. It doesn't have to be Microsoft-based either. You can use lots of different data sources. Yeah.
And if you want, maybe you can use C data connector.
Yeah. I'm not sure if you can connect to Hadoop, but yeah.
Thank you, Taiji.
Yeah.
All right. And surprisingly, we have another MVP coming to this room. Wei-san, could you do your presentation, please? And hold on a sec. No. 普通にで、ね。普通にで。はい。
Hi, nice to meet you. Tonight, my lightning talk is a not program hack. Sorry. I'm a CEO, not programmer. My lightning talk theme is down. Oh, God. Yes. Let's begin. Full start knows the hack. Okay. I will begin by introducing myself. Yes. Self-introduction. I'm Tatsuya Kobayashi. Age 43. I'm older. Yeah. I run a system development company. My company name is Blockbot. Yeah. I'm CEO and a former designer. Yeah. My company has 2 Microsoft MVPs enrolled. Recently, specializing in mobile device application. Do you know Xamarin? Wow. Oh, very famous. Yes, I'm happy. Please join JXUG. Do you know JXUG and Japan Xamarin user group? Yeah. Please come in. Let's get started. What is a Pulsat Nose? Yeah. Do you know Pulsat Nose? Raise your hand if you know the Pulsat Nose. Wow. Everybody using this system?
I do at least.
Okay. Yeah. Anyway, yeah. Okay. Pulsat Nose is a tax reduction given to taxpayers who donate to local municipalities. Donate and the use of tax municipalities. You can get a thanks gift and inhabitant tax reduction. Why donate municipalities? Currently, in Japan, people are gathered in Tokyo. So taxes are not paid local areas. Yeah. This system is paid local areas. Example of thanks gift. Yeah. Please look at this picture. Yeah, meat and fish and rice, wine, cheese, ramen, much more. This is the gift that I got this year. So, And it's too much hassle to procedure. No, it can be easily donate like a shopping site. And you can use bank transfer or credit card for donate. So tonight only hack point. If you make donation, Rakuten is recommended. Do you know Rakuten? Yeah, shopping website. Yeah. Rakuten is do you know Rakuten card man? Yeah. Rakuten card あれ if you donate using Rakuten, you will receive more point. Yeah. Other site is not point. Yeah. Rakuten and Yahoo only more point. Allow me summarize. Point 1, you can get a thanks gift. Point 2, fixed amount of tax in deduction. Point 3, you can specify the use of tax. That's all. Thank you. Yes. This year is the remaining 20 days. Apply as soon as possible.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And you guys can save money and gain the points, and you can use more money to the Azure if you want.
Give money to a local municipality. Does it have to be the municipality that you live in, or is it
anywhere?
Anywhere.
So if you give money to Hokkaido, you can do that to get something fancy from Hokkaido. And instead, you do not have to pay the same money to locally, where you live. So instead of paying money to Shinagawa, you may pay exactly the same amount of money to Hokkaido, then you can get food. That's nice, right?
That is resident tax? Yeah, I mean, do it directly.
Yeah, direct from the residence tax. Why do we have one question to this kind of?
Sorry.
Yeah. All right, so the thing is, we still have several speakers remaining, but the time is almost up. So what I suggest at this point is let's take the picture together first. And if some of you could stay, please stay so that other speakers can present. Otherwise, you may leave. But before doing that, let's take a picture together. And we don't have to broadcasting our taking picture time, so I will stop the broadcasting.
Incidentally, the Rakuten card